A guy gets bitten on a chaotic street. He drops to the ground and starts convulsing violently. A former UN investigator, Jerry, stands nearby and counts down quietly. 1, 2, 3. Exactly. 12 seconds later, the victim's eyes go bloodshot. His body twists unnaturally. He lunges forward with an inhuman roar. It started as an ordinary morning in Philadelphia. Jerry Lane is making pancakes for his 2 daughters. His wife Karen is sipping coffee. The television news mentions martial law, but no one pays much attention. They pack into their car for a family drive. Traffic is completely gridlocked. Suddenly, a police motorcycle smashes into their mirror. A massive garbage truck plows through the stalled vehicles. Explosions echo in the distance. People are screaming and running for their lives. Jerry realizes this is not a drill. He forcefully drives his car out of the collision zone, but an ambulance violently T-bones them. They stumble out of the wrecked car. The streets are pure mayhem. People are tackling each other. Those bitten turn into rabid monsters in mere seconds. Jerry grabs his family and finds an abandoned RV. They manage to escape the immediate city limits, but Jerry's daughter suffers an asthma attack. They pull up to a looted supermarket in Newark. Chaos rules the aisles. A nervous young man with a gun gives Jerry the asthma medicine. Outside the pharmacy, men are attacking Karen. Jerry uses his rifle to defend his wife. A police officer ignores them and simply loots baby food. They run into the dark streets. Zombies lunge from the shadows. They rush into a dark apartment building. A Latino family lets them in for the night. The next morning, Jerry knows they must keep moving. He wraps a thick magazine and duct tape around his forearm. This creates a makeshift armor against bites. He offers the Latino family to come along, but they refuse. Jerry and his family step into the red-lit stairwell. They sprint towards the roof. Zombies chase them relentlessly. Jerry fights off a massive infected at the door. A military helicopter arrives just in time. They narrowly escape. As zombies flood the rooftop, the chopper lands on an aircraft carrier in the Atlantic. Jerry's old friend Thierry welcomes them. The situation worldwide is catastrophic. Major cities have fallen. The government forces Jerry to return to active duty. If he refuses, his family will be kicked off the ship. He must escort a young Harvard virologist named Fasbach to South Korea. Fasbach believes nature is a serial killer leaving breadcrumbs. They land at Camp Humphreys in the pouring rain. Zombies immediately ambush them in the dark. Panicked, Fasbach slips on the ramp. His gun accidentally discharges, killing him instantly. Their only hope for a cure is gone. Inside the base, Captain Speak reveals chilling details. The local doctor was the first to turn after treating a soldier. Jerry talks to a deranged CIA agent imprisoned there. The agent claims Israel survived by building massive walls. He tells Jerry to find Jürgen Warmbrunn in Jerusalem. Jerry secures a bicycle and pedals furiously back to the plane. A ringing satellite phone accidentally attracts a horde. Soldiers sacrifice themselves so Jerry can take off. In Jerusalem, Warmbrunn explains his 10th man rule. Because 9 people doubted the zombie memos, he had to assume they were true. He built a towering wall to protect the uninfected. Inside the walls, refugees begin singing loudly in celebration. The booming chorus echoes across the desert. Outside, millions of zombies hear the noise. They start piling on top of each other like ants. They form a massive mountain of bodies. Soon, they breach the top of the wall. Zombies rain down on the panic-stricken crowd. Absolute chaos erupts in the narrow streets. Jerry runs with an Israeli soldier named Sagan. A zombie bites Sejan's hand. Without hesitation, Jerry chops off her hand to stop the infection. He quickly bandages her bleeding stump. They race toward the airport. A Belarus Airways passenger plane is preparing to take off. They barely make it aboard before the runway is overrun. On the flight, Jerry bandages Sejan properly. He reflects on the bizarre behavior of the zombies. He remembers a bald boy and an old man being ignored by the horde. Suddenly, a zombie breaks loose from the cargo elevator. The infection spreads rapidly through the cabin. Passengers scream and scramble in a tight space. Jerry and others use luggage to build a barricade, but the rabid monsters break through. Jerry grabs a fragmentation grenade from Segan. He pulls the pin and throws it down the aisle. The explosion blows a massive hole in the fuselage. Zombies are violently sucked out into the sky. The damaged plane plummets toward the earth. It crashes deep into a Welsh forest. Jerry awakens in the tangled wreckage. A sharp piece of metal is impaled in his side. He pulls it out and stumbles through the woods with Sagan. They manage to reach the World Health Organization facility. Inside, Jerry explains his radical theory to the scientists. The zombies ignore people who are already terminally ill. They need a deadly but curable pathogen to act as camouflage. Unfortunately, the pathogens are stored in the B-Wing, and the B-Wing is entirely overrun by infected scientists. Jerry, Sagan, and the lead doctor arm themselves. They enter the dark, maze-like corridors of the B-Wing. They sneak past dormant zombies. A single noise could wake the entire horde. Jerry gets separated and reaches the vault alone. He finds the virus samples but is trapped. A terrifying zombie blocks the only exit. Jerry has no idea which vial contains the right pathogen. He loads a syringe and injects himself. He writes a goodbye note to his family just in case. He opens the door and faces the monster. The zombie sniffs his neck. Then, it simply walks past him. The camouflage works perfectly. Jerry walks calmly through a sea of infected. He grabs a soda from a vending machine to test them. Even with the noise, the horde parts around him like water. He returns to the safe zone with the cure. The vaccine is mass-produced and distributed globally. Humanity finally has a weapon to fight back. Our war has just begun.